Good morning. Cheers. Happy leg day. Oh boy. You know, looking this over, it's not that bad. So, let's just warm up while I'm talking. Eccentric squat means it's tempoed. So instead of down, up, down, up, down, up, just moving, you're thoughtfully going 5 counts down, no rest at the bottom, and 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, okay? So that's gonna help us control the load, think about the movement, see how it feels at every joint, focus in on our core and our upper back, just torso stability, okay? It's gonna teach you to pay attention to your movements and stabilize loads and a whole bunch of good things. What can I say? Eccentric squats. We're gonna go 10, 8, 6, 6. All right, you can lift heavier weights as we lower the rep scheme. All right, or you can keep the same weights. Moving those weights from, say, shoulders to goblet to here is going to change the impact on your core in different muscle areas. So play with that as well, okay? Just want to give it a real good stretch. I personally, I can't say I didn't have a great sleep. I went to bed early, but then I got up really early, so I'm assuming that I could probably have had better sleep. So I'm just going to pay attention to that and make sure that I don't harm myself, right? Loosen up the hip joint, all right? When you're doing these swings, you're not moving your body to balance and compensate. You're just allowing that hip joint to swing free, loosen up, wake up, right? And it's also actively stretching that hamstring at the back of your leg, okay? Good. Good, and I want to do one more here for myself. Probably a stiff leg deadlift too, just as a mobility movement. We've got some stiff legs coming up in our second round, but as a mobility movement, I just want to ease through that for my back. Good. And all of these prep stretches, just imagine the work that you're going to do ahead of time and go through some movements that will help loosen and bring your brain into the game, right? I like to do some shoulders, chest, especially if I were using a barbell, which is an option. If you have a barbell setup, it's awesome to have that variety of equipment. Not totally necessary. We are in lockdown. Equipment is ridiculous still to get. One of my clients sent me it was for 20s, $136 for 2. Now, traditionally $1.25, maybe $1.35 or 45 for hex press, or hex, rubber hex. $136. It was like triple. Anyways, let's get going, you guys. Feeling good? Ready for this. All right, eccentric squat. I'm gonna hold my weights here. Only because I wanna focus for myself on low body, because I don't feel like I'm as sharp as a tack today. So, regular stance, all right? And you're doing your own count. 5 down, no rest at the bottom, 1 count up. That's what the 5, 0, 1 means. It indicates tempo of the movement, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Good? So sometimes the most difficult thing is keeping the count while you're counting the tempo down, keeping the count of number of reps. So devise your own little strategy to keep count of your reps. Alrighty. Good rest in between, especially if you're using heavier weights. You're gonna find that in some ways this is easier. You know, it's easier paced, more thoughtful, things work together. And on the other hand, that slowing down phase can be difficult and challenging, a mind game, right? Here we go, set number 2. No supersets on this one, and all our squats are no supersets, so we get a good rest in between. Coming up on our lunges and our reverse lunges, we're gonna put them together with another exercise. Good? Here we go. Set number 2. Tempo squat. Eccentric is 5 counts. 2, 3, and 8. I will keep that for my sumo. Now our next 2 sets are only 6 reps. If you care to, if you're feeling strong, go up and wait. All right? Good rest in between. You decide how long what that means for you, okay? Good. All righty, gang. Leg day. Here we go. 6 reps, eccentric, 5 counts down, regular stance. Good stuff. We're gonna keep that. I don't know about you, I felt that just holding the heavier weights. Finish up your rep. Each rep, tall posture, cartoon character. You really wanna exaggerate, set the core, set the shoulders, okay? Squeeze the glutes. Thoughtful, got lots of time to think in this one. We got one more set of 6, and then we're doing forward diagonals. All right, so I'll go on and explain that. You can do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, or you can go 1, 2, 3, all right? Are you ready? Cha. comes those. With a stiff leg, I think I will use a heavier one for my stiff leg, 10 reps. But what I was saying about the forward lunge, if you're going all on one side, it's going to overload that leg. It's going to be harder work because you hammer it, right? It might be a little easier intensity-wise, but the difficulty changing back and forth is to get a good rhythm and get a good rep as you work to keep your balance. Both of them are awesome, all right? Weights or no weights, okay? I do have my 10s here. I'm just gonna give it a go, all right, with my, so I just don't love it when these weights, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna hit all on one side, and I don't know, yeah, I'm just gonna use my dumbbell on that side, and then that'll keep it from swinging and moving and hitting my legs. So that's 1, 2, 3. If you're just starting out or rehabilitating an injury, or if you didn't sleep well, don't use weights. Go through the movements. You know, you showed up, number 1. That's awesome to strengthen habit. Showing up is the first most important habit, right? And then usually a heavier weight for your stiff leg or Romanian, which is slight bend, deadlift, okay? But if you have a lighter weight, excuse me, that's fine. The most important thing is to make sure you're driving your hips out back, okay? You want to lengthen your hamstring. The back of your leg needs to drive out and lengthen and power up. I don't know why I'm in that, probably in that mode of going 1, 2 down, no rest, 1, 2 up, so a 2, 0, 2 tempo. You could up tempo that and use heavier weight, and you'll find that you get more of a cardiovascular effect from this section. You could really like just pop it out, but it's a leg day, and I don't like mixing up my workouts. When I'm on a leg day, on a strength day, I work strength. I want to focus on strength. Cardio days, I want to focus on cardio. So I think just as a rule to start out with, you should do the same so that you can then begin to absorb what's different about it and what you're capable of and what your goals are and how you can modify these workouts to fit your goals, okay? But let's go for basics first. Here we go with our lunge up. So I'm facing that wall, but I'm stepping out slightly. It doesn't have to be ridiculous, right? You want to step out slightly, keeping your hips square to the front. go. Lots of creaks and cracks and pops. Crepitus is a normal crunching of your bones. I see as I get older, I get more of them, but everyone has crepitus. Let me see if I can go 1-0-1 on this, a little up tempo. All right, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 10. So as I speed up that tempo, I still want to make sure I bang out and hit that full hamstring lengthening. All right? I don't want to just go eat, 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 eat. I'm not getting the muscle I want. Speed it up, but through full range. All right. We got one more. Ooh, this is going to go fast. Yeah. I like this workout, especially on a day that you didn't get a lot of sleep. Alrighty, alternating, front lunge, diagonal, or 10 and 10. If you have knee, hip, ankle, limitations, number one, you gotta be at a physio. You want a movement professional to help get you through. There's no reason that you can't down the road perform some decent squat and lunge movements, all right? Number two, when you come back to our workouts, just go through this movement. Visualize yourself. Stay in a pain-free range. Hold the time for our workout. You're not just gonna lay in bed, but step through it and visualize yourself going down. All right? So there's preparation work for becoming strong again. And then, because it's so repetitive and there's so much legs, you know, you don't have to come and do the whole workout. But stay and do your physiotherapy homework. While we're doing our lunges, you know, keep us in the background, visualize where you're going, and do the work that your professional has given you. You gotta get through this. There's no choice. Alrighty. Finish up with our Romanian or stiff leg deadlift. Driving my butt out back, that hamstring is lengthening, then it shortens to pull me up. My low back is stabilizing. Alright, it's not moving at a great range whatsoever. Okay, so eccentric sumo. To hold two weights here for your sumo is almost impossible. You could hold them in here. You could hold one here. You could hold one here, okay? Sumo means it's a wider stance. It doesn't have to be ridiculous. For me, ridiculous is plie. We haven't done plies for a while. We should. All right? And then again, this one is straight set. 10, rest, 8, rest, 6, rest, 6. Good. Picking up my weights here. I'll start here. I'm going to start with one weight, sumo stance. And it might have to go like this. Depending on your flexibility and mobility here, you're not going to get really low, but if you've been doing that, if you've been doing the Sunday stretch with me, you're going to find that your mobility is much greater. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 8, and 10. So be aware, your stability is compromised now that your feet are out wider, right? This is a real stable position, stable, but as you come up further and further, you lose stability. You might go off balance. That's number one. Ooh, those sumos always get me a little bit. As well, this can be done on the barbell. You can be squatting on the barbell rack for the sumo, for the close stance. Any one of these dumbbell squats we're doing can be done with barbell. Can be done with a medicine ball. Can be done with a plate. Right? 8. 1, 2, 6, 8. Good. So be careful if you're moving up. I'm debating because that external rotation on the one hip for me is not painful, but it's weird. I don't like weird. The other thing is when you hit on your sumos with heavier weight, you will find more work. The stabilizers in your low back are going to be stressed, and your shoulders holding that weight. And that's why I was trying to explain this morning how squat work, leg day is full body day. Let's go. I can take this weight and then I can change it back because I have that option, and so do you. So five and 6. Good. It's so interesting for me anyways that when I notice this one leg, one hip joint slightly compromised, there's a corresponding I can't even say it's a knot. There's something there. I think these two things correlate. That's information I like to just gather. Gather the information. One more set. Good job, let's go. These are the 6s, right? I think that was 6. I'm going to do one more. Woohoo! Deficit reverse lunge. Hey, I used a yoga block last time. I am just going to use one of my plates. You could deficit from a higher platform. Hey, I kind of like that. I'm going to deficit from there. Good. I think I'm done with these because our last set is close stance squat. And you could use 2 weights for that or 1. So this is how this will go. You can deficit reverse lunge all on one, and then pulse on the same one if you want to overload. And that's if you're feeling great, you know who you are and what you feel like, and how you're going to respond. If not, you can follow me. I'm going to go deficit, reverse, deficit, reverse, deficit, pulse, deficit, pulse. This is going to be ridiculous. We're going to take a good rest in between, okay? So, deficit, reverse. Feeling a real pull. I'm going to turn around a little bit for you. Real pull on my quad in the front. Pay attention. Pay attention. Good. Right into the pulse, and then we get to rest. So it's a fixed front foot, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. This is hard. We might need to go to the next set, superset, 8 and 8, and the last superset, 6 and 6. Keep that in mind. Good reps right through the whole thing. All right, I am going to do that. I'm going to go 8 reps. So this is deficit reverse lunge. Where did I start? I think I started over here. All right. just make sure that full foot is on your platform. You don't want to be deficit lunge through your toe and heel. You're gonna hit more here. If you get flat foot, airing on the side of heel, you're gonna get the full leg, okay? Deficit pulse. Whew. Hello. Eight and 8. If you're with me, you might be going 10 and 10 still. God bless your soul. Rest after this one. You guys, with those pulses, all of them, a lot of work is on the front, back leg, right? And that's the deficit portion of the pulse, keeping focus on the back leg, all right? Just be aware of that. Because with these lunges, you can change the focus to the front of the leg, right? So this is my little head game today. If you're gonna stick with 6 reps, with me, why don't you try this? We're gonna do the 6 reverse lunges right into those 6 pulses. Bang on one side and then bang on the other. If you don't wanna do it, you make up your mind. You might even be cutting it short right now. Beginners, you know, and I'm not saying you're a beginner, I'm saying you're just getting back into your fitness and your training. Make some good decisions. You might just be here on the floor doing little movements, right? I think I'm gonna regret this decision. Start it over here. So 6. And here comes my 6th pulse. Take it down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not so bad. Oh, it's not good, but it wasn't so bad. The test will come on this side because you're already fatigued. This leg was helping a lot. So, reverse lunge. And 6, good, and then the pulses, 1, 2, and 6. Ha-ha! We've only got the eccentric close stance. 1 weight, probably, 1 weight, 5 counts down. I hate when that gets all wrinkled up. I'm taking a rest right now while I redecorate. Oh my God, if you need a drink of water, a cup of coffee, there we go. Alrighty. I'm gonna go 10, 15, 20. Eccentric means 5 counts down. Close stance means I wouldn't go close because, you know, maybe just a little bit wider. Right? Let's do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. And up. Try and jut your bum back. That'll help counterbalance the movement a bit. It's harder to force yourself to slow those down. When you're fatigued, you just want to bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah, that's what I noticed. It's like I wanted to speed it up because it was really tired. I'm really tired, right? And you just want to get the work done. Number one. Number two, what was I thinking? For you guys just be coming off of, I know Julie's other two, hips, knees, ankles. Don't beat yourself up when you're doing these and you're not getting where you want to go. You have to be an objective observer of your performance, and then you will be able to compare it to your progress. You'll say, oh, I remember when I could do this, because I guarantee you you're going to improve. I don't care what limitation you have. Well, most of the time, 99% of the time, any limitation you have is going to be better served by keeping movement in those joints. Eight. Nice. Alrighty. 6 reps. Whoo! Shall we? Shall we just finish this off? Let's. Okay, we got one more set. If you choose to start stretching it out and taking the break now, it's probably a smart decision. I'm going to test myself a little bit. I find most of the time that after a long, hard workout, my brain is engaged, my muscles are warmed up, and my body allows me to go a little bit harder, a little bit further. But I have to be really smart, because there's that every once in a while that the theory backfires. Okay, last 6, and we're out of here. You're gonna stick around and do your stretches. You're gonna eat a good breakfast. 1. 5. Oh, I just love that last rep. To pieces. Alrighty, you guys. Have a fantastic day. We did it. I did it. I came into this workout thinking, oh my God. Counting, did you get 5? At least 5 hours sleep. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We've got another 2-minute interval. And I mean, when I've called for the equipment, if you have a stationary bike, if you have a treadmill, if you have a stepper, you're going to bring your weights near to your piece of equipment, and we're going to exit the piece of equipment every 2 minutes to go do, I believe it's shoulders. And then we're gonna enter the piece of equipment again, and you have to get it into your head right now. This is not gonna be like, oh God, jump off and jump on. We're going to slowly, deliberately, consciously step off the piece of equipment, do our shoulders, get back on. You know, our transition yesterday was about 10 seconds. I would estimate our transition will be about 20 seconds with a piece of equipment. But that being said, it's more difficult too. I've got an assault bike, and it's an old one. So it's going to be challenging, and I'm going to welcome that it's only a minute and a half on that bike. Okay guys, I'm out of here. Have a great day. Happy hump day, and we'll see you tomorrow for cardio. Thank you. See you later.